Shima's spotting him, so we can go after this guy. Stalingrad's gonna be honest, but we land the Torp! We're hitting Sherman Torps, guys! Torp boat Sherman! Yes! That's crazy. We're landing Sherman Torps, man. Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're playing the Sherman. You know, I had to after playing through the new American destroyer line. Very exciting to get a new American line. It has been a while. And these gunboat DDs fire a lot of sap, have high DPM, more open water perhaps than Sherman, great shell velocity. But does that just power creep Sherman? I'm not sure. So I want to play it today to find out. I saw a few comments asking this exact question, and I myself am curious as well. Something I do want to make note of is the similarities as well as differences. You'll notice here with the recommended commander builds, which do focus around some concealment, we have basically the same conceal, and our sap DPM is actually very similar as well, within like 1,000 DPM. Crazy stuff. The Burrows gets an advantage on the range as well as your pen. So you actually get 38 millimeters of pen here. With Sherman, we only get 36 millimeters of pen, which is still very good. But that breakpoint of American battleship hulls, 38 millimeters, is not hit here. So we're gonna have to shoot a little bit more HE. This one, though, is a lot slower. I think that's gonna be the big downside I notice playing Sherman. Slower, little bit less maneuverable, perhaps, as a result. Notice we don't have an engine boost either. This one is quite a lot faster and has that engine boost. It also has those convenient smoke screens. I grew to love having these bursty smokes available whenever I wanted to, or I could use them for extended durations for longer farming sessions as well. Sherman, though, we do get the standard American smokes, which are very good, but they limit you to one spot at a time for very long periods. And if you pop your smoke in the wrong spot, it's essentially wasted, and you gotta wait a long time to get back to the next one. We'll see how it goes today, but one thing I do want to really note is actually the firing angles. Something that's a little uncomfortable on the new American DD line. The kiting angles on Burrows is 50 degrees. So you gotta show a ton of broadside to actually use all of this DPM here. And 30 degrees forward, which is pretty good. But Sherman is in a league of its own here. 30 degrees backwards, but forwards it's even 26 degrees is how you get all of your guns on target. So more comfortable angles, less speed. So we shouldn't be thinking of this as an open water gunboat so much anymore. I know I played it like that in the past. I'm going to try to force myself to play a little bit more stationary, use the smokes a little bit more. And I think that's how this one is going to be meant to play it. If you want to do more open water on the American line, you're going to go for the Burrows or go for any of the other open water DDs, the Soviet line, the French line, anything like that. Sherman, though, the build I'm going to run with it for now is actually the recommended build. Just keep it simple, very basic. I'm not actually buffing my DPM here, which is why the DPM is closer now with the builds. Burrows does have less DPM to start with. It's just we're freed up with not needing Superintendent, so we can buff up our DPM. Whereas with this one, I think we do want Superintendent. Only 2 smokes. It's cutting things a little bit too close here. And as far as the equipment, this is what I'm going with as well to start things off. There we go. We got the fire. Let's go. Crucially, we do get ourselves better shell flight time. I really do like how Sherman has very easy shells to use. They're so good. And even though Burrows has great shell velocity, it was a little bit worse. Especially because I was playing a little further back than I am right now, too. Oh, wow. Those secondaries are even going to try and fire over that. Okay. Noted. Noted. I'm playing more aggressive as a result of playing through the Burrows and the entire new line as well, by the way. I really did enjoy having this 6.5 kilometer detect on the Burrows. A little better as we went up the line, or down the line too. Or if Libertad is getting more aggressive here, I can stay for a little bit. Sure. I'll gladly farm up this guy. Again, gonna go with HE. Our difference in sap shell pen isn't going to help us at all on Burrows versus Libertad. So here, having the better HE DPM is really, really good. I'm gonna smoke up here. Stalingrad could push for radar. something to be aware of. So I'm going to just extend this smoke a little bit further back. And no fires yet. But we do land way more shells, so it should be a matter of time, yeah. There we go. Any damage control, sure. Likely Stalingrad is radaring. Or trying to. And now here we get a Marceau. Difficult target to lead, but Sherman shells are pretty quick. And I swapped back to Sab, by the way. Because Sab does such good damage into DDs. Come on. There we go. He's so fat. Wait, Thunder, what are you doing? Oh, no. All right, I think I have to leave my smoke here then. He's late on his radar. Okay. That's fine. They probably go after Shima. More than likely here. We'll see. Just because Shima's low is really the only reason I think that. Thunder goes down. Okay, tough flank. Tough flank. Should I stop firing, though, because of secondaries? Yeah, now open water. Gunboating. Perhaps not the best idea here. We do get the fire. What am I lit by? Marceau, likely. Yep. But we're okay now. Still sticking with the HE, as I want those fires on this guy. And spotted by... what? Alright, I'm gonna choose to try and go dark here. Oh wow! 2 hits, 2 fires, Mr. Stalingrad. Okay. Wow, and then just the AI gunners here on the Varese here. Unfortunate. I think the smokes would be very useful in a situation like this. Because I'd be able to go dark whenever I choose to. Aha! We're detected. Have I found him? 6.5. There we go. Hello. Both ships are going to be equally good in a situation like this. Pushing a DD. It's just we have the Hydra that allows me to be so much more comfortable knowing where the torpedoes are, right? With Burrows, the new line, it would be fine, but also a little bit scary. I'd be very worried right now. We're at the moment, we're chilling. We're chilling. Yeah, our Mecklenburg is still pretty healthy. We torp the corner. Oh, that needs to go down. All right. So, 360 turrets, and Shima's spotting him. So we can go after this guy. Stalingrad's gonna be on us, but we land the torp! We're hitting Sherman torps, guys! Insane! Oh, come on, lead. Oh, wow, Stalin hit us pretty hard. Nice, got him. We go dark. He's just gonna radar us. Now, we're just basically gonna hope for Mecklenburg to help us out, as well as... think skinny! Dispersion! Nice. 12 kilometers, there we go. And we should go dark. Nice. I should be on the HE now, maybe to get a permafire? Look at how long our smoke blooms for as well. We can use it to almost play that smoke curtain role, like I did with the Burrows line, where sometimes you just push out of it, you know? Sometimes you do, straight up. Although in this case, it doesn't last forever. Come on, nice, we get him. Okay, not a bad first one. Look at us. It's a little bit less comfortable in some ways. And yet, having the longer duration smokes is quite nice to farm out of. I just haven't played it like that this game. I suppose that's just a me issue, right? It's my play style. I tend to focus more on positioning my ship early and often changing my position. And the smokes don't necessarily lend themselves to that. Unless we have a situation where... you know, I got team spotting for me, and I can just effectively smoke up and chill for the rest of the game, spamming my HE or SAP into these guys. Oh, I slowed down into these. It's kind of dumb. Let's get our Hydro going. Okay, we get lucky though. He slowed down as well. Very nice to have a Hydro for the sub. Approaching a sub is very hard. The best of times. Shells are going low. Come on. There we go. We get him. Nice. 4 kills to get the victory. Never managed to deal with the sub, unfortunately. Or the carrier. But a decent Sherman game. A little bit different from just pure farming. And that's actually a 1. Wow. I am surprised, given how little damage we did. I suppose we had some decent battle impact there. It's a good ship still. I think Sherman is still well worth getting, by the way. It's a little more expensive, right, than just being a tech tree ship. I think most people are going to find the smokes on this one better. Even though I personally like the other smokes a lot. And in that last game, I really felt the difference in smokes, where I think it was the radar that was actually pushing me out of my smoke a lot of the time. I needed to use it to smoke up to farm a bit, but then the radar would get me out of it. But I was going to say, the other thing we can do sometimes is actually smoke up or get close to an island and then Hydro spot people. It's really, really crazy when you get that opportunity. The Hydro is not as good as the German Hydros, so we only get a 5-kilometer range on it, but it's still very, very strong. There's the Tromp. Nice. Definitely want to get some damage in quickly on this guy. There's his torps. Poor guy dealing with plane spotting. There it is. Nice. Thunder is also leaving the flank, so let's go try to get towards the sea cap. Protector, more AI gunners. Secondaries, of course, you got to watch out for when you're playing DDs of any kind. There's just kind of aura damage that you have to deal with. All right, here's the cruiser. Oh, that's a Thunder shot. He's on the AP though, so it's only a little bit of damage if he does hit us. Let's see. Are those bombs for me? Or is that for Bismarck? Likely for Bismarck. And we're going to smoke up here because I ran aground like an idiot. Focus a little more on hitting our targets. Yes. Oh, does he have me here? This is going to do a ton of damage if he hits me. Oh no, he's on Bismarck. Okay. Not doing the best focus on my aim. It's going a little low, so let's aim a little up. And do we get him? Oh, not quite. Our teammates, I think, do, though. Very good. Protector, bow in. Oh, can we troll him with the torps? Please. All right. Torps are out, bro. Oh, I love it. Now then, am I allowed to farm from behind this island? Let's see. I feel like the answer is going to be no, because I think Tromp is going to be around here somewhere. But let's go from here. And then just slow down to use this next island. I again made a fool of myself with the smokes, unfortunately. There it is. Unfortunately, I was the one spotting. Wow. Oh, accelerate into those, bro. Yeah. Come on. Torp boat Sherman. Yes. That's crazy. We're landing Sherman torps, man. That's actually insane. That's more Sherman torps than I've landed in the last, like, 6 recording sessions with this ship. I really do enjoy Sherman a lot, but landing torpits is very rare for me. Gotta wait a little bit for our next smoke, but I'm willing to do it. In this case, the difference in sat pen would not matter, right? It just simply would not matter here. He's still on the AP. That's good for a bit. 38 seconds till our smoke. And now our DPM goes down a lot when we're bow in, you know? So we don't really want to be this close and broadside to a Thunder? He's been underleading us, so what if we slow down and turn in this time? He'll probably overlead, right? Right. Hard to do in a Sherman, but we make it work. I hope I'm not the one spotting this guy, because I really want to slow down and smoke right now. So we smoke, and he's going to turn, and he's going to blind fire us, so we're going to go full speed now to get out of it. No, he didn't blind fire us, actually. And wow, I was actually the one spotting that. That's really disappointing. I guess it makes sense he's so far away. I thought Preussen might be spotting it. All right, another waste of a smoke. My own fault, my own fault. But you can see how valuable the other smokes are when, when you're kind of dumb like me and miss on your smokes a lot of the time. Don't really want to eat a Thunder salvo. So let's go here, and I should get behind the cover before Thunder shoots us. Into a Henry, also sap pen doesn't make a difference, and I'm just simply not leading enough. Wow, I'm really not leading enough. There we go. All right, team got it. Perhaps I gotta work on my aim before talk more about this ship and the other one being similar. I gotta worry so much more about taking damage in Sherman. That's what I'm really noticing here relative to playing the other line. And I'm the one spotting, right? So maybe it's that I'm not getting the flank with like a Shima, for example, where we would get that consistent spotting, perhaps. No way we land another Torp. Really? Imagine. No, it ran out. Oh, it's so sad. All right, get our rears for a bit. We're gonna have to worry about Thunder pushing or hitting us rather. So let's turn in. Hurts. It hurts to be pushing like this. Can we swing around it? Nice, we do. Torps are destroyed? No, that's my main armament this video. How rude. And now we focus on our aim for a bit. I don't know how we're doing so little. I suppose that's down to sap bouncing. All right, I'm going down here probably. Yeah, he gets the fire. So sap bounces, I guess, much more than I thought. How many bounces did we get on that guy? Although, let's be honest, I miss so much in both of these games that I'm really not getting the most out of Sherman here. I gotta focus more on my aim in this one, I think. We also have a friendly DD with us, so maybe we don't have to do the spotting and gunboating. Sherman needs that extra person to help you out, where I think with Burrows, the other line, it can do a lot more solo play. I'm noticing that as well. It's very good for me to play Sherman here now after playing Burrows. It's much more comfortable to play the line, man. Maybe Sherman's not worth picking. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting myself to say that going into this video. I'm predisposed to liking Sherman. I still think this is an excellent DD, but this line is so good. And maybe it's just that the smokes fit my playstyle so much more. I have a tendency to smoke in the wrong spots. And I say playstyle, and maybe that's just mistakes. Maybe that's the better way of putting it. The smokes cover up my mistakes so much better. And an Annapolis, bro, no shot. There's an Annapolis here. All right, fortunately, we can get behind the island before Annapolis starts smashing. Good. Good. Very good. This is a scary flank, though, guys. Very scary flank. Wow, did not want to see an Annapolis. All right, can we get more full pens into this guy? I mean, we do pen him with sap, but this is a little scary. We have a lot of support though, so maybe it's worth trying here. Oh my goodness, that radar. 10 kilometers though, so we should be able to get out of it. And I don't think he led correctly. Come on, there we go. Nice. Cancel the turn. All right. So we know he's used his radar. That's huge, actually. That's huge for us. I just want to keep him lit for my team, although I don't think my teammates have any shots on him. Hard to play against radars, of course, and difficult when you're the only one spotting to do the whole farming role. Okay, he's pushing forward. He's still got a radar? No, he doesn't. Nice. We'll start with the HE on him. Wow, look at the dispersion! Maybe that's the other thing I've noticed was the dispersion or the consistency of the shells was just so much greater on Burrows and the line, or at least Christopher and Burrows, purely out of, you know, dual turrets, right? Like dual gun turrets. All right, now that he's broadside enough, let's sap. So he's over pushed, and now we get the DPM going. There we go. Now we're hitting everything. Yes, sir. Yeah, that damage is really nice. But I've burned a smoke now. It's dealt with at Annapolis, though, so that's probably a worthwhile trade. But again, the bursty smokes. I could just turn my smoke off and move on, and I'd have my smoke again. Where now I gotta wait the 2 minutes. Wow. Wow, is Sherman no longer recommended just because you can play the tech tree? At least from me? You know, it's all subjective, obviously, but this is interesting. I'm very intrigued. This is it. This is interesting. I want to help on that. Maybe now I can. Yeah. Oh, my lead is so bad. All right, we got a couple hits. Yeah, I think it's the DD that's gonna get him. Shima. Nice. All right. Let me hydro. I mean, these are already spotted, so presumably GK already has his hydro going. Let's do that for now. We'll do the free look so we guarantee dodge all this. I am again pushing spawn, which is again not a great idea. If GK... Oh, we got a PBO here to help. Yeah, GK goes down to that. We have to worry about Utrecht pushing out. Freddy is shooting us, by the way. All right. Now, we're nowhere near quick enough to outrun a Shima, so... Wait, what? You opened up? Why? Okay. I mean, I'll allow it. So now Utrecht's on us, and we're going to smoke before he gets around the corner. Right. 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 Spotting system. Surely. Alright, I ate too much damage there. Are you blind firing? I'll blind fire back. We still have a bit of hydro, so I'm not worried about torps for now, although I will have to be. And again, I don't have a smoke now. So if our DD was spotting and I could smoke and shoot this guy, that'd be great. But I used my smoke earlier there to prevent some damage. Maybe I'm using my smokes too much to prevent damage instead of focusing on dealing damage. But then we smoke up and we don't have spots because I'm the DD. That is the challenge. That is the challenge. We'll get a little cheeky shots in here. Yeah. Or we'll shatter a bunch. Utrecht alpha damage is very low. He's on 12,000. And we do have the DPM here to maybe deal with this guy. Assuming he doesn't have a heal right now. Looks like he does. We still might. Although I'm just missing it out. All right, he grounds, so we should be able to get an angle on him here soon. Especially if he reverses. 11K, can I do that? I think I can. It's a little tricky, but I think I can. Couple more? Yeah, brother. Very nice. And now Des Moines is going to be distracted by someone else. We can open up again. So we can do a bit of that cruiser without a citadel, out DPM cruisers role. It's more challenging, though. I think this is... do I say it's harder to play? The turret angles are so bad on the other one, though. I think Sherman will be better in the situations where you have a ton of spotting and you can just smoke up and use the guns. The DPM's close enough, though, that maybe it's fine. I love the other smokes, man. I think it's fair. I think it's fair enough that it's skill issue on my part on when to put these smokes down. But a lot of situations, man, they just remove you from your smoke, whether it be there's no spotting to continue to farm out of them because you're the DD on your flank, or it be radars that push you out for a bit and then the radar's over. But by that time, you've already been maneuvering and dodging, and that time you're out of your smoke and it's hard to go back into it. I don't know, man. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Obviously, it's a little early because they're early access for everyone to know how they play. But for now, I'm leaning towards just play the new line if you think you'd like Sherman. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. That's going high now. Okay, and watch it go low now for a little bit. Let's see. No, we're good. I'm just not leading enough again. Use an HE because we want the fires, and it's not like we can damage his belt armor all that easily. All right, there goes Shima. I'm gonna hydro just in case he torped at me. All right, he's damage controlled. We're pushing in front of him, so his secondaries actually have less of an angle. Can we get a bunch of fires here? Oh, somebody else got the front. The answer appears to be no. It's so funny how brutal and aura damage based a lot of the new secondary ships are, and yet against the old secondaries, I'm totally fine with just running at them. Isn't that interesting? I find that interesting. Now, perhaps he wasn't a secondary build. That's fair. That is probably true, actually, given how little he did. And one last ship. I think something about the range, too, is worth noting with Burrows and the tech tree line. I found myself okay to not run full range, which then allowed me to more easily take concealment or more easily get myself an extra damage upgrade on the commander. Just not leading this guy enough by the looks of things. My aim has also been off this video. It's harder to lead higher DPM ships, I find, as well. That was something I've talked about previously with Colbert, for example. Watching really good players like John play Colbert, he does salvo fire a lot instead of just hold mouse 1. And I think that helps with knowing where your shells are actually going and leading. I think. It's hard to do with Sherman because it shoots so fast that you're going to break your mouse, it feels like. Sherman's still fun, man. It's still a good ship, all right? But it honestly could be a bit power crept with the new line, or at least equaled in power for the sap and the concealment. But this is definitely the weakness of Sherman. I only jumped in to record a few games here, so maybe I didn't play it right. Maybe I didn't get it in the right situation. I think that's totally fair, but it's hard to get Sherman in the right situation these days. As, yeah, it's got a lot of DPM and the guns have great arcs, but you have to be the one spotting for your team a lot of the time. Most of these games, you notice I was the DD on the flank or even towards the middle of the map, and our spotting wasn't all that consistent when I got in a smoke. Or if I did, there was radars around to push me out of the smokes. And what's so nice about the Burrows is if you can get a little creative with it, With these smokes, you're allowed to smoke up, and when you get radared, you run out of your smoke, you turn your smoke off, you run away. But then as soon as the radar's over, you just have your smoke available to shoot out of again. It's really, really nice. Very comfortable. And I think we saw that the reason Sherman is a little bit less comfortable in situations like that, you're just putting a smoke down for a very long period of time. And without the spots, when the radars are around, it's hard to make good value, to get good value out of them. And Sherman is a much worse open water gunboat because it's not as fast and it doesn't have the ability to always instantly disengage when it finds itself in a bad spot like Burrows can. Perhaps I'm talking Burrows up too much, but I had a really good time with that whole line. It is crazy powerful. And while Sherman is still good, it's got weaknesses. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of your day.